All praise to the Most High. We are in Yaqub, also known as James. And let's see what James has to say today. Let's start down here in verse 12. It says, "Blessed is the man who does endure trial, for when he has been proved, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Master has promised to those who love him." To those who love him. Well, let's find out who those who love him are. Let's go over to the book of Yohanan, also known as John. All right, we've got over here to the book of John, also called in Hebrew Yohanan. And let's get right to the point. Who are those who love him? Verse 15, chapter 14. "If you love me, you shall keep or guard my commands. And I shall ask the Father, and he shall give you another helper to stay with you forever." And let's read on down here. See who those are. "He who possesses my commands and keeps or guards them, it is he who loves me. It is he who loves me who guards my commands. And he who loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I shall love him and manifest myself to him." Verse 23, "And Yahushua the Messiah answered him, said, If anyone loves me, he shall guard my word, and my Father shall love him, and we shall come to him and make our stay with him. He who does not love me does not keep or guard my commandments." That is my word, his commandments. "And the word which you hear is not mine, but of the Father who sent me." Let's see, he's on up here to 15. And it says in verse 10, John 15:10 says, "If you keep or guard my commands, you shall stay in my love, even as I have guarded my Father's commands." What was the Father's commands? What were they? They were the 10 Commandments. "And stay in his love. These words I have spoken to you, so that my joy might be in you, and that your joy might be complete. This is my command, that you love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, that one should lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all teachings which I heard from my Father I have made known to you." What was the words of the Father? All through the Old Testament, what was the words of the Father? To keep his commandments. Okay, let's continue in the book of James down here. And it says, "Let no one say when he is enticed, I am enticed by Elohim, for Elohim is not enticed by evil matters, and he entices no one. But each one is enticed when he is drawn away by his own desire, and is trapped. Then when the desire has conceived, gives birth to sin, and sin, when it has been accomplished, brings forth death. Do not go astray, my beloved brothers. Every gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, in whom there is no change, nor shadow of turning. Having purposed it, he brought us forth by the word of truth." What is the word of truth? It is the 10 Commandments. It is the Torah. It is the law. "For us to be a kind of the first fruits of his creation. So then, my beloved brothers, Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man does not work the righteousness of Elohim. Therefore put away all filthiness and overflow of evil, or overflow of lawlessness, and receive with meekness the implanted word. Let me ask you something, people. The implanted word. What did Ezekiel say? That he will cut out the heart of stone, and that he will put a new heart of flesh, and that he will write his commandments on your heart, and he will cause you to walk in his laws. That is what the implanted word is, people. The circumcision of the heart. And he says, which is able to save your lives. Because you cannot separate the Torah, the law, from the Messiah. And become doers of the word, and become doers of the word of the law, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Because if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks in the mirror, or looks at his natural face in the mirror. For he looks at himself and goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But he that looked into the perfect Torah, the law, the 10 Commandments, the Sabbath keepers, the feast day keepers, that of freedom, and continues in it, not becoming a hearer that forgets, but a doer of the law, a doer of work, this one shall be blessed in all his doings of the Torah. People, we all need to go back to the law and be doers of the word. And if you want to know what the law is, if I'm not mistaken, it's in Exodus 20, I believe. All praise to Yahuwah through Yahushua HaMashiach. So be it.